guys, my name is Kaneez Surka and Film Companion has asked me to watch Veere the Wedding and tell you guys, as a woman in her 30s, what I felt about the movie and its portrayal of women and relationships, specifically marriage. Just to clarify, this is not a review, but just my thoughts on how relatable I thought the story was. So the movie is about 4 best friends, all female, yay. The first character is Kalindi Puri, which is played by Kareena Kapoor, and I really enjoyed her character arc. Kalindi starts off not believing in the idea of family because of her odd family dynamics and issues she had while she was growing up. She loses her mother at a very young age, and then her dad remarries, and she kind of chooses her uncle, who is a big part of her life, who also happens to be homosexual in the movie. She doesn't really believe in family, and she equates marriage to family, and therefore she struggles during the course of the movie with trying to come to terms with getting married. That's something I found really relatable. I don't want to give you guys spoiler alerts, but she ends up getting married. Oh fuck, I gave you spoiler alerts. My bad. Cut. Yeah, so I really liked that story arc. I thought it was very different. I haven't seen a movie depicting a woman struggling with the idea of family and how that relates to marriage.
नए रिश्ते, relationships, किसको क्या बोलना है, कब बोलना है, it's so exhausting, yeah.
I also personally struggle with the idea of marriage. Like her character, she has no issues being committed. It is that idea of like, I don't want to become part of someone else's family, or I don't want people to feel like they have ownership over me. The second Veere is Avni Malhotra, played by Sonam Kapoor. To be honest, I wasn't too sure what her story arc was or what she was attempting to show in the story, because the other 3 characters were so well written. So I felt like her character was fell short of being more holistic and well-rounded. But she did give some really killer lines, which made me kind of shout out yes in the movie theater. Literally, I was like, yes! Yes, I believe that. As dumb as that may have made me look. I really loved where she said,
graduation, post graduation, but जब तक भेंटचोद मंगलसूत्र गले में नहीं लगता ना, तब तक life complete नहीं है.
You will only get validation from society as a woman if you are married, and I know that from personal experience. I was single, then I got married, divorced, and single again, and I saw the validation. Before I was married, it didn't have validation. While I was married, had validation, and then divorced, no validation again. So I was like, I hear you, sister. After a bit of a confrontation with the same guy, she shouts out to him saying, "Bloody mother lover!" because he has mommy issues and he's very attached to his mother, like most Indian men. So I really loved how they took that, the gali mother beep, and turned it into mother lover. I'm going to be using that from now on. The third Veere is Meera, played by Shika Talsania.
I haven't had sex in a year.
Basically, her character is a happily married woman, but she's married to a Caucasian, and her family didn't accept him, so she eloped with him. But what I loved about this character was that she was shown to be happily married. She was shown to be someone who likes to party, someone who's very much like us. She gets frustrated at times by her son and loves her husband. I really enjoyed that, the way they portrayed it. Even though she didn't follow, the norms of society, she ended up in a happy marriage, which I liked. I was like, oh, maybe there is a silver lining. I'm sounding so sarcastic about marriage. And then the last one, and personally my favorite character, was played by Saurabh Ashkar, which was Sakshi. Sakshi is shown as a bindas brat who falls in love, gets married at a very young age, and soon finds out that they don't like each other. Throughout the movie, she is in a pursuit of a divorce. However, her husband catches her in the middle of masturbation and blackmails her. Though she is shown as a carefree woman who leaves him and comes back to India to live with her parents, she's embarrassed to confront her parents and tell them what he's blackmailing her about. First, I thought the character was a little bit cliched because she's shown as a tattoo-bearing, smoking, woman who likes to drink. And I was like, why do you always show divorced women like that? I don't have any tattoos, but I do smoke and drink. But by the end of the movie, I understand, where that came from. It's almost like, I played by your rules, world. I did everything you asked me to do, and I didn't win, so screw you. I'm just going to live by my own rules. And that's kind of what I took away from her character. I mean, since the movie is about 4 friends, I'll be honest with you, I thought the movie lacked a bit of chemistry between the 4 friends. I didn't feel that they had been friends for many years. In fact, I saw more that chemistry in all their Instagram stories when they were promoting the movie. There, they had great chemistry. I'll tell you one thing I really genuinely loved is how they normalized so many things in the movie. How they normalized sex.
Guess what an orgasm is called in Hindi, ladies? Charam Sukh.
How they normalized, homosexuality, smoking, drinking, the cussing. Like, that's how us women are in real life.
हाँ रामजादे मादर चोट मेरे बाप को फोन करने की हिम्मत कैसे की तूने है?
Those are the words, that's how we talk. This is how women in the real world speak. This is the behaviors we indulge in. And there was no focus on them. I loved how they made it look like it was very part of their everyday lives. But there was one scene in the movie, and I wasn't too sure if I should bring it up or not. It took away a lot from the movie for me. Was one of the scenes with Sonam Kapoor. She's in an arranged marriage setting, and she hears wailing from the kitchen, so she goes in to check who it is, and it's her maid who's crying over the sink washing dishes. She's got the makeup done of being bruises all over her body, and Sonam comes and is like, we need to fix this, you can't carry on like this, you can't be in this abusive relationship. But it's all done in a very light-hearted way, and then suddenly the boy that she's supposed to be meeting walks into the kitchen to ask her if she needs help, and suddenly she's like, no, I don't need any help. And then it's like this awkward comedic moment and everyone's giggling. And for me, I was just like, did you just, like, there's a woman who is being domestically abused, you know, and not to take away from anyone's problems or to trivialize anyone's problems, but, you know, the emotions that you guys are going through and struggling with the idea of marriage, you have someone who's being, you know, domestically abused. They didn't kind of bring it back at the end, and I thought it'd be a really nice redemption for Sonam's character if she did kind of bring it back at the end. So that kind of slightly ruined the movie for me in that sense. And I don't want to be that harsh, like I don't want to negate everything else that they did right for the movie. And as a content creator, I know that we don't always get things right. We make mistakes and then we get trashed by people on the internet. Thank you. That's what I thought about Veere the Wedding. If you liked this video, then subscribe to Film Companion.